morning everyone. It's Tuesday and I feel a sense of order is returning to my life because this week I have like a really nice work week planned and childcare and balance and like there's a clear view in sight because lots of you may have seen in my last vlog I mentioned about the overwhelm of motherhood and work and everything in between, and so many of you related and were like, it's totally normal, and it made me feel so much better. I skipped a video and we're getting back to it and I'm feeling better and I'm feeling excited about the week ahead and it's feeling summery. I need to show you outside how beautiful it looks. Like the wisteria is not trimmed in the way that we would have liked because obviously Ellen was born around that time, but it is exploded in colour and it smells amazing outside, and our flower beds just get bigger and bigger every year, and actually kind of like a lack of pruning this year makes it look a little bit more whimsical this time around. Do you think, Alex? I was looking at it yesterday and I was like, even though we haven't pruned and looked after it, kind of makes it look a bit more magical in a way.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of gone a bit mad.
The bees like it.
The bees love it, and all the plants just are huge and it just looks so pretty, so I'll show you later. I'm gonna make breakfast and I thought I'd show you what I'm making for breakfast for all of us because we've got it down. We have such a good routine in the morning. I hesitate to do morning routines because it involves getting my camera out with my baby at first thing in the morning. But in the morning we always wake up and spend like quite a lot of time in bed, usually about half an hour, would you say?
Yeah.
Which we never used to do. I used to be the sort of person who'd be like up at 6:30, get out of bed, straight away do stuff. And then she kind of taught me to just stay in bed because she has always played a lot more and done like tummy time and been more kind of keen to play around in bed because obviously it's like soft. So we've just done that and kept that for forever, and she just loves to play in bed and just lie around, and she started crawling and she's just so cute in the morning, and it's just such a nice family time together. Then we come downstairs and have breakfast together, and it's lovely to just like make breakfast together and start the day that way. So I'm trying to think of what to make her because I do find breakfast the hardest meal. For me, I always have pretty much a vegan omelette or avocado toast, and then at the weekend sometimes we'll have some like vegan bacon, that kind of vibe. But I always have mushrooms with my vegan omelette, which is I know I've spoken about so many times, so I won't show you that again. For her, I'm not sure. Usually she has some toast with peanut butter or with baked beans mashed on it or avocado, but she's been a bit funny about toast for the last few days, so I'm gonna give her an egg, or maybe, do I do banana pancakes, Alex?
Are they easy?
Yeah. The thing is, I worry about doing this sort of thing and then she's just gonna chuck it on the floor, so like all the effort goes to nothing, because we're giving her dairy and eggs as allergens, so she's vegan, vegetarian, but I haven't given her an egg this week, so I'm trying to give it to her like once a week basically. What are we giving her? Right, I'm gonna try some banana pancakes for her. Quarter cup oats. Okay, that's one. That's the one. Yeah, so I'll do this and then I can save some.
Is that part mashed the banana?
Do little mini ones for her because she's. Okay, while they cook, it's time to feed Bobby. So many of you have followed me for long enough to remember when we adopted Roxy, but also maybe remember when Roxy was pretty ill. This was back in, was it 2020? 2019?
2019.
2019. We adopted her in October, and then she felt quite ill in the springtime. She got really sick, she had to go to a dog hospital, and it was a really scary time. She had to go away for like 5 days or 6 days, and it was a really awful, like worrying time for us. But she came out the other side much better, and they managed to get her better again. And she came home and she was on steroids, and at this time I was so scared of her health and worried about her getting better because we'd only just adopted her, we'd fallen in love with her. When she felt ill, I was like, I want to get her the best dog food. I want her to go on a path of literally being the healthiest dog ever. And I started testing different dog foods with her. And this actually went on for a really long time because she was a fussy dog. We would try one dog food for a period of time and we would then realise she didn't really like it. She was still weighing quite a lot because of her steroid. A little while went by and we came across Butternut Box, who are the paid partnership for today's video. But we were a customer of Butternut Box so long before I ever worked with them, and that's why it's so fun to share them with you. We switched to Butternut Box. Immediately this dog food was very different with her because she actually liked it a lot. She, for the first time probably, would run to eat her breakfast and she was so excited. She would eat it all within seconds. It was just such a different experience to the other dog foods. I think she went through a phase of kind of nibbling at her food and kind of going back to it. She never liked dog food like she liked Butternut Box, and that to me was the best sign. I absolutely love them for the fact that they are whole, nutritious, well-balanced meals. They're tailored to your dog. So we give the information about Roxy's breed, her age, her weight, whether she needs or needs to lose weight, for example. She actually ended up losing all the weight that she had gained. She's now a really healthy weight. Her coat is so much shinier. She's just more bouncy. She's been eating Butternut Box for probably about, do you reckon about 4 years? 3-4 years?
Oh, yeah, three.
Yeah. She's now 10 or 11 years old, and 11 actually, which is crazy. People always come up to us and are like, oh, look at the cute puppy.
Yeah.
She's an 11-year-old dog. People are so shocked when we tell them because she's so full of life. She's so vibrant. Alex has taken a really cute video of her where in the morning what she does is he lets her out to the toilet and then she bounds in to get her food. She literally jumps up from the patio. It's so cute. It's super easy because it gets delivered, which is amazing for me because I would forget and Alex would forget as well to order dog food every month, so it's replenished on a subscription. It comes, you put it in the freezer and then you just defrost it in the fridge. It's got no added nasties or preservatives, and it's even been taste tested by humans. And they have a variety of recipes. So we've got ready steady veggie, tuck in chicken, salmon to love, and there's lots of different options you can choose. So yeah, I like to follow the science when it comes to food, and this is science backed. It's super nutritious for her, great for her digestion, and she is waiting, so I'm gonna feed her now. What's this? Little baby Bobby. But look, this is an 11-year-old dog. Look at her coat. Look how shiny and fit she looks. She's so trim, she's so healthy, and I just feel so rest assured that she has the best food. So if you have your own little doggy and you've been looking to change your dog food, or you want something that's science-backed, more nutritious for your little baby, then you can get 50% off your first 2 boxes with the code Madeleine Roxy. I'll leave a link down below. Highly recommend. The switch was just fantastic for us and for Roxy. Hopefully these banana pancakes are nearly done and I can serve up and show you, and I'll make my omelette and stuff and show you what we're having for breakfast. I think they're ready to flip. Oh, look at that!
Burnt.
So I've done 4. This makes quite a lot. I think it's gonna make about 8. So I'll put these on her plate, but they are gonna be hot for a while. People were asking me about the plates we're using for Elowen. So these were from Amazon. What was the brand? Could you find the brands for me? This one is
Panda Bear.
Bubba Bear. Was this Panda Ear?
Panda Ear.
We got stainless steel because I want to just avoid the sort of microplastics where I can. Stainless steel bamboo is best. The only downside with stainless steel is that obviously it keeps heat in. So if you're cooking something that's warm and you want it to cool down, that's not your friend. So I tend to use the bamboo for a meal that's like hot and I need it to cool down. So they come with the little silicone sticky bases. This one also has that, so they don't move, but it means that the actual place where they're eating the food, there's no plastic. And then these ones I think came with the stainless steel plate, and also I got forks and knives as well. So we got these ones with silicone and stainless steel. These are the ones that she actually uses. We bought her these sort of silicone smaller ones. She just never used these. She's never liked them. She's always just chewed them, the ball, and put that in her mouth. And I think the reason I got these because I thought, oh, she's little. She needs to like develop her ability to use metal, because I was afraid of her like hurting herself. Where I actually just think you should just trust that your baby to have the confidence to be able to know, because she's always preferred these and she's never hurt herself with these. She's not gonna be shoving it like in her mouth. They know. So I would just go with these if you're thinking about using like proper utensils, because I also feel like it's good because it teaches her how to use grown-up ones. Sometimes I even just give her a grown-up teaspoon because she has fun with it. And then the actual holy grail is the Bavado covers. So this scoops over the high chair and then they wear it like this on their front, so all the food gets caught. It means that if she's put a nice outfit on, there's no mess. So these are fantastic, highly recommend. Her pancakes, she is not going to eat 4. I will put 4 down, but she'll only eat probably 2. So here we have her pancakes, and I chopped up some cherries because she's never had cherries before. They may all just end up on the floor though.
Cherry, cherry,
Yummy, yummy, yummy.
cherry, 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 cherry.
Here you go. Oh, that's classic you. Do you want this? Oh, what's that? She's like, I've never seen anything like it. Oh, well done. I may be late to the game, but this Logan March crispy chili in oil is the most delicious thing I've ever eaten, and Alex literally eats it by the tablespoon. Last night I caught him eating it. He took a teaspoon, put a teaspoon in, and then just ate it on its own. It's so delicious because it's like fried onion and chili crisped up in oil. And so I've added it to my omelette, and it's a bit addictive because we have already got through, I think it was a week and a half ago that we found out about this. This is our second tub, and look how far we already are through. I hope that the novelty wears off soon because I just currently want to paste it onto everything. But here's my breakfast with some cherries. And Eloise seems to be more interested in the cherries than the pancakes so far, which is good. You like cherries, well done. I need to stop saying well done. What's that you've got there?
Leftover beans. And I only use about half a teaspoon. I know you like to sort of pour the whole thing out. I meant to do tomato. I chopped up like loads of cherry tomatoes, and then I put butter on it and forgot, so I'll save them for lunch.
Oh, I see. This is the reality, unfortunately, of feeding her breakfast. She threw this all on the floor. One positive thing that's been happening lately is that she is sleeping so much better. It's probably her age. She tends to feed maybe once or twice overnight now. Usually once around like midnight or 1 o'clock, and then maybe at like 5 or 6 a.m. or something. But the issue is that when she wakes up in the morning, I think because she's feeding less overnight, she'll wake up at 7:30, she feeds quite a lot. And then when we feed her breakfast, I feel like she's just not hungry because she has her biggest feed probably of the day in the morning. Or just she's not the kind of person who's hungry in the morning. I find it really difficult. I find weaning quite hard because of like cooking her food and her just throwing it on the floor. And also how messy it is. You find that quite hard, don't you? And like how unpredictable it is.
Yeah.
So it is tricky. It is a tricky phase, but I think it teaches us for what's to come is that you do have to surrender to children to let them get on with it so that she learns on her own. Baby-led weaning, you kind of just have to let them figure it out. You can't get involved.
This is new. What is she doing?
She's now trying to turn around in her chair and look and discover what's underneath. I've got Alex hooked on romantasy. So I made you read Fourth Wing. Well, you listened to it, right?
I did.
And
From the
I think at first you were unsure because I tried to get you to listen to Akatar and you were like, not sure. But Fourth Wing, I think I pointed out to you, it's kind of got a bit of a Hunger Games vibe, but with dragons. And I thought it'd be more your sort of thing.
Yes.
And now you've just finished, you're nearly finished with Iron Flame.
It's good. It's like I'm invested because this book is, I think, longer than Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. So it's about 30 hours of listening. Yeah, it's good. It's like slightly derivative when you listen to it, but it's entertaining. And it's like the lore story she's created is like, makes me want to find out what happens at the end, which is important. Yeah.
So I think it's a good one if you want your husband or partner to get into, if you're a girl who's into romantasy and you have a male partner, and you want them to get into romantasy, try Fourth Wing, because I think that that's the one. Look at the wisteria. It's kind of like a bit more whimsical, like I said, because it's all of this is like fallen down, because when we were trimming it back in July, Alex went up on the ladder. He's a bit afraid of heights. Usually I do it and he holds the ladder. I didn't obviously go up because I was postpartum, and he accidentally cut a part of the wisteria that made like a big chunk of it like fall forwards, and we need to just reattach it because it was like attached to something. We need to get like a new wire. Usually cut your wisteria 2 times a year if you have one. You want to trim it in January and you want to trim it in July, and that means that you're going to get all these beautiful flowers. So you can probably see the difference. Here's a really good example. So we trimmed this, but we didn't trim here. So this is all like excess growth that's really wispy. You can see there's long wispy bits here. They won't really have blossoms on them because they're just trying to grow and get bigger. This is the big chunk that kind of fell off of the house, and we need to basically chop that in the summer, chop that off because it's going to go into our attic, and then we need to reattach this up here. But it's kind of cute, the fact that it's fallen over. It's very like whimsically like hanging like over the door, like you have to like essentially climb inside a wisteria to get into the back door. The one thing we did train it to do this time around was to go over and onto the annex. I've not really had the opportunity to be in the garden much. The other day I did tidy things up a little bit. So I put the table here because it was over there. I've put the cushions out on the sofa and the chairs, but I haven't done anything to these flower beds. But look how like full they are. It's kind of magical. All of the flowers are starting to come out, like the roses. It smells incredible because of the wisteria. It just looks so beautiful and pink. The roses are about to burst. The issue is that all these pots are dead. These were all herbs and they've all died, so I need to probably go to the garden centre this week and repot those. I would like to tidy up this and prune it a bit. We really desperately need to power wash this patio. Feel like maybe we'll have the opportunity, I'm not sure. I'll ask Alex. That could be something I could do now as like the first job, who knows. But there's like lots of mess basically from the winter and just too much time not cleaning it. This all needs tidying up. He died, but yeah, it kind of has given me perspective that even if you don't look after a garden for like a bit of time, it does just have the opportunity to go wild and have fun, and your efforts from years before do sustain because it still looks pretty lovely. The wider part of the garden is just, I don't want to talk about it, to be honest. The vegetable garden has just not been touched since last summer. Now Eloin's older, now Newlyn is finished, we can have a regular routine with actually looking after our garden, and I can hopefully next year get into the vegetable garden again. I don't think this year is the opportunity for me to do that because it's too much going on for me, but I miss gardening so much because it's such a nice excuse to get outside and just relax. So I'm going to do it this summer in just a lovely hobby fun way, and hopefully the garden by the end of the summer will have made some progress and I can share that with you. Look at our beautiful cherry tree. That's got so much bigger. Look at it. Where do we start? Gloves. Gloves on. What's my first job? Should I power wash? I can't decide. I think I'm just going to weed, tidy, and then maybe do some power washing. Finished doing the patio. That is very satisfying. It was so muddy, especially this side, because this side hasn't been done. I think I don't think we didn't do it last time, 2 years, whereas this side has been done I think last year, because this is the kind of area we use more for sitting. But it looks so nice, and Alex, I'm going to get to put the furniture back, and hopefully we can go to Newlyn to get the tools so that the next job can be to prune everything so it all looks fresh and new for the warmer months ahead, because everything's going to just start coming to life even more than it already is. And then eventually I think we're going to get somebody in to sort out the bottom, because it's so overgrown that we kind of need somebody, or like a team of people, just team of gardeners, just to come and trim the bottom and just reset it for us. We definitely need to get the leaf blower out actually and do some planting. So yeah, consider this episode 1, I guess, of this little kind of garden refresh. So this area is not dry yet, but look how nice it looks. Look at that. Beautiful blue. This is blue limestone. I need to weed this. There is some cracking and movement, but that's normal because that happens over time. We just need to refill this with some sand and some grout, get rid of those, maybe refresh some of the gravel as well. Outside's looking fabulous. Put the furniture back, maybe I'll show you tomorrow. I'm gonna make dinner. I'm doing green pasta. I tend to do this probably like once a fortnight or so. It's such a good recipe because it's great to use green vegetables, especially if you have fussy children, or even if you're fussy. Like, I know Alex isn't a huge fan of green vegetables. You basically kind of use my 10-minute mac and cheese recipe. I don't follow it to the letter. I just throw some cashews in, throw some nutritional yeast, some lemon, some mustard, and you put some cooked green vegetables, blend it up. Spinach works great, courgette works great, broccoli not so much, any sort of spring or summer greens, and some herbs, season it, and you've got yourself a really delicious green pasta that's full of nutrients, but it tastes really delicious, like a cheesy, creamy pasta. So that's what I'm gonna make for dinner. And it's also really fast. So I'm just gonna fry some courgette and then blend it all up. You don't like other shapes? It won't connect. Not be the greenest of green pasta, you know, because courgette's not like the most green thing in the world, but here's dinner. So Elowen has the pasta and a side of a little bit of broccoli. I've just given her that because it needs to cool down. And then we've got the same. I've got some vegan cheese. Alex won't have vegan cheese because he's a weirdo. So bon appetit, Elowen. Good morning, everyone. This door is always open. Need to get that fixed so badly. I'm going to be making some tofu breakfast tacos. This is a new recipe on my website and it's really high in protein, high in fibre, and pretty quick to put together. It's quite nice if you're having like a later brunch kind of breakfast, or even for lunch. Great for meal prep as well. You can make the actual tofu mix inside and then just make the taco on the day in the morning. So let's make some. Add to a pan with garlic and cook this for about 5 minutes until softened. Crumble in tofu with your hands and then add turmeric, cayenne and black salt or kala namak for that eggy taste, and stir this all up to combine. Add black beans and season and squeeze in a lime. Now we can load up our tacos with avocado, of course, salsa, coriander, and an extra squeeze of lime. And then we can wrap this up and enjoy. This has all of my favourite things in it. Don't miss out on the lime. That really like finishes it off perfectly. And it's just so full of goodness. This is such a good breakfast if you're, like I said, if you're trying to eat more plants, if you're trying to get more fibre into your diet. I know that's something that people are thinking about more nowadays. The protein days maybe are like moving on a little bit, and people want fibre as well, or they want high protein but they also want high fibre. And that's why vegan alternatives I think are a really great option, even if you're not vegan, because you're getting the fibre in. I know that my friend the other day, we were making tempeh, my photographer, and it was for actually another recipe I'm going to show you, a tempeh stir fry. And she was really intrigued because she really liked the taste of it. And I said, well, you can add that in with meat if you're eating any like curry or like stir fry, whatever. It just adds that extra protein and fibre at the same time. And tempeh is also fantastic because it's fermented. But tofu, you can just add it as extra. Same as black beans, like legumes. Just add those extra things that are really like just so good for your gut. And all of the different plants in here are just so good for your gut and so good for your digestion and just your health overall. You're just getting all that sort of rainbow of colour without missing out on any of the flavour. Like that, it feels like I'm having a treat, like a delicious comfort meal. Right, I'm gonna go put Ellen down for her nap, but delicious breakfast made that I've shared with you. I'll leave a link to it down below for you if you want to remake it. I hope you appreciate the outfit change. I'm doing this for Instagram and TikTok because I like a different outfit for my recipes, but you're getting it on the vlog, the behind the scenes. So we're going to be making a tempeh stir fry, and tempeh, like I mentioned, is fantastic because it's fermented. It's really good for you and it's a nice alternative to tofu. And it's got some cabbage, some bean sprouts, a really nice sauce. This sauce you can just use as a stir fry sauce with any vegetables or any protein you like, but it's a really nice easy one. And I would really recommend these noodles in particular. Alex and I are obsessed with these noodles because it's not focusing, because they're really like slimy and they work so nice. Slimy is not the right word, but you know what I mean. It's like slippery, which is perfect for a noodle stir fry. We have a stir fry probably every single week. They're just so like, it's kind of like the last recipe. They're full of goodness, but they just taste incredible. And this one gives the vibe of the stir fries that we would have when we were traveling in Southeast Asia. When I made it, I was like, wow, this really takes me back. So definitely one to give a try. And I'm getting out my dress from when I was pregnant. The last time I wore this, I had a pregnancy belly. I still have like a little bit of a belly, but I was like, I need to wear bright colours more because I feel like that's what suits me. And it makes me feel happy wearing bright colours. And with my little scarf, I got this in M&S. We start by, what are you doing? Just so everyone knows, Alex has got a crop top on right now. So we start by cubing the tempeh. And then coat this in corn flour and get corn flour everywhere. Meanwhile, we can mix our sauce ingredients of dark soy sauce, for real, ketchup, Kit Kat mayonnaise, toasted sesame oil, maple syrup, chili paste. I'm using gochujang, lemon juice, and season. And whisk. Then add onion and pepper with garlic and ginger. And fry this for a few minutes. Add cabbage and then fry this for 5 to 8 minutes. Add bean sprouts with your sauce and noodles, top with some extra chili, a sprinkle of spring onion, a sprinkle of spring onion, some coriander, peanuts, and an extra squeeze of lime. Good morning, everyone. It is not the nicest weather today. Had some plans to continue gardening, but it's raining. It's just started to pour with rain. Can you hear that? Thought I'd get in the car and do my little car chat because I enjoyed this in the car. and it's now raining. I'm going to the gym and then I'm going to go to the garden centre even though it's raining, because we have those pots that I want to plant, and I think today is like on and off showers, so I'm hoping to find a moment today when it's not raining that I can pot up some herbs, and there's those hydrangeas that need potting. Yeah, and just a few little bits that I need to plant so that the patio looks lovely. It's so nice seeing it all power washed, because looking outside it looks so different. I can't explain how different it looks. I don't know if I showed you it with all the furniture back, but it looks so much better. It looks so bright. I can't get over how bright it looks, and it's given me that kind of pep back in my step that Alex and I can do so much now we're home. There's been a lot going on and it's nice to just be back at home and be focusing on our home. Getting back into a routine like this week has been the most productive work week for me. I feel like I found like a piece of me back again. Since having Eloin, like at the beginning I had a maternity leave because I didn't come back online for like 6 weeks or so, but I've never fully been able to switch off, especially because we've been renovating at the same time. So to have a week where it was like Monday and I had Eloin at my parents' for a few hours and I got to kind of work, had a meeting with my manager, was able to go to the gym, and then yesterday we had such a productive shoot day and I got loads of content filmed. Also the day before I filmed 2 brand deals and a reel, like a TikTok or a reel. So I filmed like 6 pieces of content across 2 days whilst also filming this vlog, so that's actually 7 pieces of content. It is astronomical how productive that is compared to what was going on before. How some weeks I would feel stretched even just filming a vlog, because we were just going back and forth to the cottage every opportunity we had, and then when Alex went on his own I was just looking after Eloin and not working. So it really just puts me in such a positive mindset that I have a piece of myself back in motherhood. I can do the thing that I love the most, which is creating content, but not in a way that's like panicked and like, oh, I've got to just do this because otherwise I don't have content for this week. To have been able to like sit down at my computer and plan content, think of fun ideas for brand deals, because that's one of the parts of the job I love, is when a brand comes to you and says, hey, we'd love to work with you, and they ask you to come up with a concept based on their brief that they send, and you get to write a concept and then plan how it's going to look and what you want to share and how it's going to fit your audience. That's so much fun. And then actually filming it and then editing it, I love that process, and I feel like it's been so long that I've found joy in that process. And same as yesterday, doing the recipe shoot, it was Alex and I, so I had that support there, whereas before I've been doing it kind of on my own when Alex has been watching her. And that can be a bit stressful because you're kind of like trying to think of 100 things. So like the recipe and how it looks and microphones and tripods, and yeah, I just feel like I've got a bit of a pep back in my step. I'm feeling excited about entering this new phase. Eloin started to crawl. It's just, I'm feeling positive, and it's really important, I know, in those moments when you feel like this, to live in that feeling and embrace it, because it can help you feel that more, basically. If you are in the trenches of motherhood where you have a newborn or you have a younger baby or you feel lost in who you are, just know that I felt like that too, and it does start to come back bit by bit, piece by piece, and I know it's going to be up and down, but I feel like I'm coming back to me and coming back to myself. Yeah, that's lovely. Just going to the gym, like having time right now for me to go to the gym. And my friend sent, there's a Pilates studio that's reopening, or like it's like rebranded, and it's opening for new members in Penzance, and I've signed up to the waiting list because Pilates is something I've been wanting to go back to, because I used to do reformer Pilates with my friend Fran in Falmouth, and it'd be so nice to be able to go with my friends to Pilates and just have hobbies back and have like, just, yeah, I'm feeling really positive about those kinds of things. Yeah, life is feeling happier, hopefully. There's still stuff going on. I feel like I mentioned this in my last video. There's still stuff going on in my personal life that is stressful and like things behind the scenes, but it's like I'm just trying to grab hold of any positivity right now. So let's go to the gym, go to the garden centre and have a really lovely day. Guess who's in the car with me? So Alex rang me because she just woke up. He only rang because he was like, maybe she needs to be fed if you're going to be gone out for a few hours and she's just woken up. But then I said, well, why don't you come with me? Because he had a few errands to run, as the American YouTubers say. And we can go to the garden centre together. It does help me to have decisions assisted like that, because I know I'm going to get to the garden centre and think, what plants do I buy? Yeah, a nice little family outing. There is a cobweb, which means there's a spider in the car. Gym's done. We had a pull day and I did a barbell deadlift for the first time since having a baby. and it was euphoric. I did really lightweight, and I did a barbell row, and it was so fun to be like at the squat rack doing a proper exercise and feeling strong and empowered. And the other day I did a barbell chest press for the first time post baby as well, and I'm just reminded of how much I love strength training. It was a lovely workout. Did some abs as well. If you've got any recommendations for postpartum like ab workouts or people to follow, please let me know, because I want to save a load of workouts so I can do one every time I'm in the gym. Now we're going to go to the garden centre and pick up some planties. So I want to get some herbs, and there's a few pots out, so we have to decide what to put in them, but I wasn't sure. We still have this 3 for £15 deal for the herbs, so this is what we want to get first for sure, for the back door. Good morning. We've just had our breakfast. Did I vlog yesterday? What was yesterday? Oh yeah, we went to the garden centre. It rained for the rest of the day, so didn't get out in the garden. And today it's still kind of raining, but it's on and off. So I feel like I'm just gonna, whoa, this lighting. I feel like I'm just gonna deal with if it's showery, because I really want those things to be planted up. I'm not sure if I'm gonna have time this weekend, we'll see, but I'll try and at least pot the herbs and the things that we bought at the garden centre, and maybe the weeding will have to come when it's a sunnier day. Elowen is in the cutest pink outfit, and this is her favourite toy, my reading light. And she will not let me take it from her. Like, she has been playing with it for about 4 days now, non-stop. She's absolutely fascinated, right? Her mouth is wide open looking at the camera microphone. And look how cute, this is from Jojo Mama Bebe. Which, if you are after like good quality clothes, they're very good quality if you can get them on like Vinted. She's on my lap now. She's in 9 to 12 and 12 to 18, which is crazy. We had to like put all of her 6 to 9 month ones away, which every time I do that, I'm like, oh, why is she getting big? She's fully crawling. Last night was, I forgot to say actually, last night was maybe the worst bedtime since she was maybe like 4 months, when she had the 4-month sleep regression. We went upstairs about 7:30 for her bath, and Alex maybe left me at like 8:10 once we'd done the bath, and like we let her like roll around some like naked nappy free time, and we do sort of like, you know, all of her baby oil and face creams and read her books and stuff. And then Alex left me at like 8:10. She did not fall asleep until about 5 to 10. Well, I didn't come downstairs until about 5 to 10, and she didn't really properly fall asleep until like 1:45. It was so long, and it's really easy in those moments for me to like start to overanalyze it, because when she was much more little, she has always been a baby who's quite tricky to get to go to sleep. She's such a happy baby, and she's so easy in so many ways, but she's always been, and she actually sleeps all right once she's asleep. To get her to go to sleep though has always been an immense challenge, and that was the thing that kind of probably sent me and Alex into a little bit of a crazy, it was hard when she was little, very hard. I remember being in Newlyn when she was like 2 months old, maybe 4 months old, and it was like 11 p.m. or midnight, or maybe even like 1 in the morning, I don't even know, and we'd been trying to get her to sleep, and she'd been awake for like 7 or 8 hours, and we were like, what the hell do we do? So I'm trying not to overthink it too much, because I know it's just one of those things, and she is crawling, moving, she's so much more like, she's just developing so much, and I think that's probably literally last week she started crawling, so I think that's why. She just wants to play. I'll be feeding her. It's so funny, last night I'd been feeding her on and off for like an hour, and then she would just roll over onto her front and then start going, ah! And like start trying to climb the bed frame. And I'm laughing now because it's funny, but at the time Alex sent me a photo of the baby monitor, and I'm lying there with my hand on my face like this, and is it where I got my hand on my face? Or I'm looking at her like this, and she's just hilarious. Anyway, Alex is going to go out, I think, when it stops raining, and then I'm going to get myself ready, and we're going to get into the garden. We're going for lunch today with my family and finish the week off nicely. I feel like this has been a very lovely, like, full week of vlogging, which is fun. Okay, so I gathered all the pots that have died, which is really sad. I don't know how this has happened. I think it's just because of it being winter. These are the ones we bought in the garden centre, so it's just 6 different herbs. This one has a crack, so I feel like this one maybe needs to just sit somewhere, or I need to figure out what I'm going to do with this one. And then this one is very shallow, so that was another one that I was a bit like, I'm not sure what to plant in there. We've also got these hydrangeas, and we've also over there, we've got a jasmine, and all the roses are coming out. Look at this rose. I need to prune him. But look at this rose, it's like mixed in with the gladioli. Just so beautiful. So here's our first rosemary. I also remembered we've got this amaranthus, but this was in my bouquet. So I saw this at car boot and I was like, we should plant that in the garden. There we have it. That looks so pretty and refreshed. Everything's looking so lovely. Look at these roses, are just about to come out. I absolutely love this rose here. It looks so nice against the blue. I need to kind of trim these box plants, but I do need my proper clippers for that are at the cottage. Now this is the jasmine that has died a sad. Well, the thing is, it's kind of alive because you can see that there's little white flowers. So we bought another one, but now I'm thinking this could go somewhere else, and I'm just thinking, what do you recommend? Do you recommend? Because there's like there's a branch all the way at the top that's alive, and then all of this is woody mess. We bought a new one, which I feel like if I plant the jasmine there, we can try and train it so it can cover this. The only thing is there is like a rose in the middle. I just want it hidden. I just hate the way it looks. The dream would be to have just like hydrangeas all along here, and then there's this tree, and just have it like loads of hydrangeas and loads of like other plants. But that's my gut. I'm going to move it down here and see if it's what height it's at. Well, if that's not a sign, if that's not a sign, I don't know what is. It's the exact height. Yeah, I think next time Alex and our project is to plant this and attach the wire so that it can grow, and we can train it this summer to grow and cover this, because that would make me very happy. Thank you so much for watching this week's vlog. If you liked the gardening content, please let me know. I know lots of you have missed it because we've been out of action. But yeah, subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, share it with your friends and family if you're enjoying my vlogs, and I'll see you in the next one for more recipes, more mum chats, more gardening. I'm gonna go see my little daughter, and we're gonna go and have a lovely lunch with my family.